Hey there, so have you ever been at a photo shoot and your mind goes completely blank when you're posing your clients? Maybe you repeat the same 2 to 3 poses and your images lack variety. If so, stay tuned because I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you how I effortlessly flow through dozens of poses at my senior sessions. If we haven't met yet, my name is Heather and I love helping photographers get booked. So today I'm going to take you behind the scenes with my client here, Kendall, and I'm going to show you how I effortlessly flow through dozens of poses in a matter of minutes. When I'm at a session, I focus on 4 core poses. Those are the standing pose, a leaning pose, a sitting down pose, and a laying down pose. Those are my 4 foundational poses, and from there I can direct my clients into different hand positionings and expressions that will allow me to have dozens of beautiful images. Now, when you're posing your client, you always want to focus in on their feet first. Their feet are the foundation of everything, so it's super important to get that straightened up first. When you are doing the standing pose, you want to make sure your client's weight is all on one foot. So it could be a simple matter of putting all of your weight on your left foot and then popping a knee over, kicking a leg out, putting the foot behind, and then the other option is just simply crossing over your leg. So you have about 4 different leg poses right within there. Then I'm gonna take one of her hands and you could actually have the option here. It could go right in her pocket or it could go right underneath the bust line. From there, we're gonna take her other hand and we're gonna start at the top of her head and then work this one hand all the way down her body line. So what we really want to make sure is that we're only moving one body part at a time. Her arm is going to go right at the back of her head on the crown where the wrist is. There you go. You can go ahead and snap the photo, and then she just moves this one hand down to the base of her neck and elbow down. Perfect. You go ahead and snap the photo. Then if she was wearing perhaps a necklace or a jacket, she could be holding onto the jacket for another pose, but she's not, so we're just going to move on. She could then go ahead and have her hand on her bust line. You could snap the photo and then you could finish up with her hand in her pocket. Now the sitting pose can either be done on stairs or on the ground. Since right now we don't have any stairs accessible to us, we're gonna go ahead and use the ground. When I'm posing my female clients on the ground, I have them sit on one side and then point their knees perpendicular to where I'll be photographing, which is right now where the videographer is. So Kendall, can I have you point your knees this way so they're moving all the way? Yes, yeah. Exactly. And then go ahead and straighten your legs a little bit. There you go. And then you can bring your ankles together.
Okay. So like here?
I think the right one over. Sorry, yeah. And you can actually have the top one over.
Okay.
Yeah. Here I will have my client gently put weight on this arm right here. Not too much. She's really going to be holding up her body with her torso, and her hand is just going to, her right hand in this case is just going to be resting on the floor. So why don't you bring your hand out just a little bit more. And then we're gonna follow the same flow posing elements that we were using in the standing pose. I'm gonna have Kendall first put her left hand on the top of her head. There we go, we're gonna snap a photo. We're gonna bring that left hand down to the back of her neck, snap another photo. Then if she was wearing a jacket or a long necklace, she could be holding onto that and you could take another photo. And then finally this hand is gonna end up on her thigh, mid-thigh, and then rotate the elbow back just a smidgen for another photo. Now remember, you can also photograph various expressions as well as different crops. Also, while you're sitting on the ground, you might as well get some crisscross poses as well. So 2 foundational poses down and 2 more to go. Since we're already on the ground, I'm gonna go ahead and transition Kendall into the laying down poses. Now, when you pose your clients laying down, you can have them either on their stomach, their side, or their back. For this example, I'm just gonna go ahead and pose Kendall on her stomach. When I'm posing my clients in a laying down pose, there's a few things that I'd like to note. First, I want to have Kendall go ahead and lay down with her face up here and then her feet pointed back away towards the camera. So why don't you go ahead and put your face up here, and then you're going to be diagonal. So your face is going to be up here and then your legs are going to go point out the other side. Then I go ahead and tell my clients to have their knees together and then crisscross their ankles and then pop them back up, just like Kendall did. And again, with the hands and arms, we're gonna go ahead and follow the same flow posing principles with moving one hand at a time. So in this case, we're gonna go ahead and use Kendall's right hand, start it within her hair, then underneath her chin, then on her arm, and then finally both hands in front. Also remember, you can add in more variety using different expressions and crops, as well as camera orientation. The last foundational pose is leaning. Now this is perfect if you have access to a wall, a bridge, or a fence. So when we're posing Kendall on this bridge, we're gonna follow the same principles that we've been using this whole entire time. So Kendall, I'm gonna go ahead and have you lean up right against here. You can have your back against the bridge.
Okay, back.
Yep. And then again, she's gonna be, all of her weight is gonna be on one foot. That's perfect right there. We're gonna go ahead and stick this front hand in her pocket, or it could be, actually, let me see, because that kind of, take a step out from the bridge. There we go.
Okay.
And then like lean back on it, so it's not as, can I see what it looks like with the other weight?
Yeah.
I think I like that better. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this back hand and follow the same principles that we've been using this entire time. We're gonna start at the very top of her head and then just move it down her body line. Now, once you're done with that, you can then flip your client around so she can be holding onto the bridge or the fence with both hands and kind of like leaning backwards. Again, you wanna make sure all of her weight is on one foot, and then also you can move one arm at a time. So for example, this hand could be just hanging down or it could be in her pocket. So there you have it, friend. You have now gotten a glimpse behind the scenes of what it looks like to flow pose at your next session. So go ahead, let me know what you thought of this in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.